Tensions are simmering across the Caribbean as U.S. strikes on alleged drug boats spark outrage and fear of a wider conflict. A Senate effort to limit President Donald Trump's power to order such attacks has failed, leaving him free to continue the controversial campaign. Colombia, on the other hand, says one of the bombed vessels may have been its own, while Venezuela accuses Washington of plotting regime change under the guise of anti-narcotics operations. With 21 people already dead and regional alliances fraying, the crisis is deepening by the day. From the Senate floor to the Caribbean coast, the stakes are rising increasingly fast. Here's more from the ground.
Tensions are boiling in the Caribbean. U.S. warships patrol turquoise waters. Wreckage drifts in the wake of missile strikes, and allies are turning uneasy. What began as Washington's crackdown on drug smugglers has now spiraled into a regional storm. Political, military, and deeply personal. On Wednesday, the U.S. Senate narrowly rejected a proposal to limit President Donald Trump's power to order such attacks. The vote, 48 in favor, 51 against, gives Trump a free hand to continue his controversial campaign. For over a month, at least 21 people have been killed so far in what the White House calls necessary operations to protect the United States from narcotics flowing in from Venezuela.
I'm thankful that the Trump administration has designated these cartels and narco-traffickers as foreign terrorist organizations, is because we must treat them like the foreign terrorist organizations post 9/11. We must treat them like the Al-Qaedas of the world, because that's how we're operating.
But critics say the mission looks less like law enforcement and more like war. Senator Adam Schiff, who led the resolution, warned that Trump's strikes could set off an unintended conflict with Venezuela. Trump, however, seems undeterred. He has called the missions a success, boasting that there are no boats left in certain parts of the Caribbean. He even hinted that the crackdown might soon move to land routes used by traffickers. The Pentagon hasn't confirmed details or denied them.
They're not coming in by sea anymore, so now we'll have to start looking about the land, because they'll be forced to go by land. And let me tell you right now, that's not going to work out well for them either.
Now the fallout is spreading. Colombia's President Gustavo Petro claimed that the last vessel bombed by U.S. forces might have been Colombian, with Colombian citizens on board. The aggression is against all of Latin America and the Caribbean, he declared on X. The White House fired back, calling Petro's claim baseless and reprehensible. Officials urged him to retract the statement and restore calm. But Petro refused, challenging Washington to release the names of those killed. His words added another crack to an already fragile alliance.
The United States looks forward to President Petro publicly retracting his baseless and reprehensible statement so that we can return to a productive dialogue on building a strong, prosperous future for the people of the United States and Colombia. Despite policy differences with the current government, Colombia remains an essential strategic partner.
Meanwhile, in Caracas, Venezuela's leaders accuse the U.S. of using drug control as a disguise for regime change. On Monday, Trump ordered his envoy, Richard Grenell, to end all diplomatic talks with Venezuela, effectively freezing all communication. After which, President Niciolas Maduro said his intelligence services had uncovered a false flag plot to bomb the U.S. Embassy in Caracas. He claimed extremist groups were planning the attack to create chaos and give Washington an excuse to strike harder. Venezuela has since begun large-scale coastal military drills in La Guaira and Carabobo. Defense Minister Vladimir Padrino called the American buildup, which includes warships, a nuclear-powered submarine, and F-35 jets, a serious threat to peace.
Today, it is our duty to deploy across the entire state, because this is an ongoing operation. Military units already have their specific tasks. Mobilization began at midnight. At 5 a.m., we formally started. I hope our people understand, even those who do not support the revolution, that we are doing this for everyone.
Interior Minister Diosdado Cabello went further. The U.S. has set in place a death penalty for anyone it chooses to kill, he said on state TV. The waters of the Caribbean have never looked so restless. Bombed boats, angry presidents, and rumors of false flag plots swirl together, each wave hiding a deeper undertow. And as Rodriguez warned, the alleged embassy plot may have been just the beginning, a spark aimed at something far greater.
Want the facts?
The latest developments?
News that gets straight to the point.
Well, we've got all three just for you. This is Firstpost Live, a brand new show, your window into what really matters.
Don't miss it.